Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
Now, your boy Tyler Perry said that respect shall be placed upon his name when you speak on his movies, television shows, and plays that he's placed such hard work in. Now, why is this even a topic of conversation, you may ask? Well, his most recent film that premiered on Netflix last week, called A Fall from Grace, has been the target of many memes, blogs, jokes, lunchtime talk amongst the community. It's just crazy. Now, I actually like the film, but what do I know anyway? Your girl doesn't get out that much, but it was enjoyable to me. Okay, so I'm not going to give the movie away, so if you're looking for a spoiler alert, you're in the wrong place. I will, however, give you the plot and tell you why your boy Tyler is being roasted from the top of his lace front to the very back of it, honey. So the main character is Grace Waters, who is played by the beautiful Crystal Fox, and she's accused of murdering her husband, Shannon, who is played by Mehcad Brooks. Now, your girl Brisha Webb plays the public defender named Jasmine, who is hired to take the case because she constantly takes pleas. Now, Jasmine sees some holes in this case and she actually wants to take it to trial. Her boss Rory, who's played by Tyler Perry, is not feeling her decision. She goes to talk to Grace's best friend Sarah, who is played by my other mama in my head, Miss Felicia Rashad, and the story takes off from there. Now, let me tell you this, Tyler wrote this movie himself and it was filmed in 5 days. And a lot of people say that they can tell it was filmed in 5 days.
But the rumor had that this movie was shot in a record number of days. Yeah. So how long did it take? How long did it take to shoot the movie?
Well, I don't know, 5 days, 6 days?
5 days,
yeah.
Okay, so...
Destin Chase from the Rotten Tomatoes says the most standardized cinematography, generic editing, Tyler Perry shot A Fall from Grace in 5 days, and it shows. Now, before we get into what others think about the movie, let's first take it to our own community who dissected every part of this movie, from the wigs to the screenshots to the story just not adding up. Now, let's start with the wigs, and let me just say this. Tyler may have a studio in Atlanta, which in my opinion is hair and weave capital, honey. That's where they host the Bronner Brothers hair convention. I know a lot of good stylists in the A, but for the life of me, Tyler Perry doesn't use any. In his movie, he has never, ever got these styles right, especially when it comes to the men. And Mehcad Brooks was no different.
I want to talk about the decision to give him the hair, because it makes the character. Why go with there instead of just letting him wear his regular hair?
Well, I didn't want, the character had hair, so he's not Mehcad, he's the character. Like my character had hair, so it's not like I was thinking, let's let Mehcad show up. You want the character to show up. So it's like somebody put on a costume. When I put on Medea, I'm the character. So that I felt like that's what he looked like, and it's all a part of his whole persona of trying to be smooth and woozy, and it could have all been fake, even for the character.
Yeah.
Now, another thing Black Twitter caught up on that I didn't see was Grace's hair changing in mid-scene. Take a look at this.
We got married, and it was a whirlwind.
And another scene that y'all picked apart was when Grace got that text message from Shannon and somebody zoomed in and saw a whole bunch of screenshots at the bottom. The phone didn't even have a SIM card in it. Tyler isn't picking up on any of this. I honestly didn't see it, but like I said, Black Twitter was going crazy. Now, another thing that Black Twitter went in on with Tyler Perry in this movie was the extra that was in the background when they were at the restaurant. He was eating air and drinking air. Take a look at this.
Me. You sound like this, beautiful women. Beautiful women.
Now, a lot of people are upset about this movie because of the way it depicts the older Black women. Morgan Jenkins from the website zora.medium.com says this: the older women were categorized as lonely and downtrodden as if there were justifiable reasons for the abuse they suffered. The main indicator that the charming man was not all that he seemed was because of his distant attitude during a church service. The motives for why anyone was doing what they were doing have as much probability to be found found as Jimmy Hoffa's grave. Perhaps I could not disavow my bougie enough to enjoy a film in which black legends played alongside black actresses who have waited decades to be a lead. I wanted more, and because of this, I've given up on Tyler Perry and his movies. They have suited me and my colleagues for a particular time in our lives, but he has been unable to speak to a larger, multi-generational black audience who's grappling with more than just cheating and the politics of the black church. His decision to stick to what's more profitable is one I can admire from a distance, even if I'm not his intended viewer anymore.
I just want to know, like, those little bits when you put those things into the script, into the play. Are you going for that reaction from the audience in the film? Because your films are different.
Everything I'm doing, I'm going for the audience. I don't know why people don't get it, man. Every time I write a show, that's why I don't have a writer's room, because I had a writer's room at one point, and as they were writing, the audience, I was losing the audience. My ratings were going down. I know specifically who I'm talking to, how I'm talking to, what they want to hear. I am clear about that. So yeah.
Really, really honest for you, and this is for you, Tyler. You know, I treat you in my head like an uncle, someone I truly do respect, and someone who I do criticize your work. And this was one of your best movies ever. I truly enjoyed it. However, Tyler, you know, listening to this movie, there was a monologue in this film that truly hurt me to my core. It was when Mehcad Brooks said, "Weak and old," and it was the way that he delivered that monologue that it hurt me. It hurt me so much.
Low-hanging fruit.
Low-hanging fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
It hurt me so much because it was almost as if you were revealing how so many black men talk to the black queens out there.
Yeah.
And it was almost as if that was our community secret, showing people that. And so I wanted to ask you, why did you feel it was so important to put such a monologue in a film like that? Because just listening to it, I was insulted. I was proud because the acting was phenomenal, but I was insulted almost.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, the things that my father said to my mother were far worse. And I was a child sitting there listening to it, trying to make her know that she was special, she was better than that. She didn't have to endure that. She didn't have to listen to that. I wanted to jump up and protect her, but I was too little and too young. So every time I'm writing these roles and I'm speaking to a woman, it doesn't matter if it's a woman of color, but just a woman who is in this situation, what I'm trying to get her to do is have the reaction that you just had, being, I'm insulted by this and I'm hurt by this, so that I will never allow that to happen to me in my life. And it's on television, it's acting. I will never allow this moment to happen in front of my children. So if I can convey that to someone who's in this sort of position, then I've done exactly what I set out to do.
Now, I think Tyler Perry is definitely going along with the if it ain't broke, don't fix it method. A lot of his movies are all of the same, and I think a lot of people are dissecting his movies because recently he got on Instagram and he said he no longer has a writer's room. He's doing all of the writing himself. So all of these ideas are coming strictly from Tyler Perry's head and Tyler Perry's head alone. Take a listen to this.
So I don't know if you know this, but all shows on television have a writer's room, and most of the time there are 10 people, 12, whatever, that write on these television shows, right? Well, I have no writer's room. Nobody writes any of my work. I write it all. Why am I telling you this? I wrote all of these scripts by myself in 2019. What's my point? Work ethic.
I feel like this movie, A Fall from Grace, was a good movie. Like I said, it's kind of typical for Tyler Perry to do a movie of this nature, but I feel like if he would have taken more time and possibly hired more people than just himself to do the writing for the movie would have been a little bit better. I think we wouldn't have seen as many mistakes. You're always going to see something, but I don't think we would have seen as many mistakes. But I personally like the acting in the movie, aside from the extras, honey, but I like the acting in the movie. I thought it was was a pretty good movie. If you've seen it, tell me what you think. If you've not seen it, tell me if you plan on seeing it. And leave a comment, and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. All right, in this video, I want to tell you about a company called Ash Kicking. Now, you know your girl Chronicles would not promote a company without doing one of those thorough Chronicle Speaks investigations, honey. And Ash Kicking definitely passed the test. Y'all make sure to check out ashkicking.com for one of the best 100% natural home fragrance and beauty products, honey. And use my code Chronicles at checkout for an extra 15% off just for you. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my new episodes.